Emma walked down the crowded hallway, her backpack digging into her shoulders, trying to make herself invisible. Whispers and laughter followed her from every corner, slicing at her confidence like knives. She clutched her notebook tightly, hiding the doodles she drew to calm herself. "Why are you even here?" Someone snickered behind her, and she froze. Teachers glanced up, but no one intervened. The cruelty felt endless. At home, her mother noticed her quiet despair, but didn't know how to help. That night, Emma lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking maybe she would always be the invisible girl. But deep down, she refused to give up completely. There was a spark she couldn't extinguish. She whispered to herself, "I won't let them define me. One day, they'll see me differently." The next morning, she discovered a small online community where teenagers shared tips for selling crafts and digital items. Something clicked in her chest, a tiny ember of hope that maybe she could create her own success. Little did she know, this single discovery would start a journey that could change everything she knew about her life. Every day, the bullying worsened, and Emma began doubting herself more and more. One afternoon, a group of students shoved her books to the floor, spilling papers across the hall. Laughter rang in her ears, making her cheeks burn with shame and anger. She fled to the bathroom and locked herself in a stall, trying not to cry. Tears streamed down her face as she thought about quitting school altogether. But as she stared at her reflection in the mirror, she saw something unexpected: determination. She realized she couldn't control how others treated her, but she could control what she built for herself. That night, she opened her old laptop and typed, "How to start selling crafts online as a teen." For the first time, the thought of doing something just for herself felt exciting. She stayed up late reading stories of teens who had created businesses from nothing. Her heart raced with a mixture of fear and hope, unsure if she could actually succeed. Yet a single thought repeated in her mind: "If I try, I might just change everything." Emma dug through her old craft supplies and found beads, threads, and charms she had forgotten. She began making bracelets late into the night, carefully threading each one by hand. The first few designs were clumsy, uneven, and imperfect, but she didn't care. She snapped photos with her phone and uploaded her small creations to a free online shop. Her first day passed without any sales, and doubt crept in again. But she continued to improve her designs, watching tutorials and learning basic photography. 3 days later, her first sale arrived, a tiny $12 order, but it meant the world to her. Emma jumped up, screaming with joy and disbelief at what she had accomplished. For the first time in months, she felt pride instead of shame. She carefully packaged her order and added a handwritten thank you note, making the experience personal. Her confidence began to grow, showing her that hard work could actually pay off. And just as she started celebrating, she realized the bigger challenge was still ahead: keeping the momentum going. Even as Emma's first sale came through, classmates began mocking her online shop. "Who would buy that cheap junk?" someone typed cruelly on social media. Her stomach twisted with fear, and for a moment, she thought about deleting everything. But the memory of her first order reminded her she had value. She refused to let their words stop her creativity. Every night, she stayed up learning new techniques for design and marketing. She experimented with brighter colors, better photos, and clever product descriptions. She started reading blogs about teen entrepreneurs and absorbed every tip. Her fingers ached from hours of threading beads, but her heart was full of purpose. By the end of the week, she made 3 more sales, and her confidence grew. She realized that resilience mattered more than approval from bullies. And yet, she didn't know the next challenge would test her determination even further. Sales began trickling in, small but meaningful, and Emma could barely contain her excitement. Each order brought a rush of validation, proof that her work mattered. She created little notes for customers, adding personal touches that made them feel special. Positive reviews started to appear, fueling her motivation. Her parents began noticing her late-night energy and curiosity about business. She explained cautiously, afraid of being judged, but they smiled and offered quiet support. Even her younger brother began helping, sorting beads and learning packaging techniques. Emma realized she was building more than jewelry. She was building confidence. She started setting small goals: 10 sales, 20 sales, then a full month of steady orders. With every achievement, the bullying at school felt smaller and less relevant. But one day she would face a challenge that would make all her previous struggles pale. Something bigger than a few online orders was coming. One morning, Emma woke to discover her shop account had been frozen due to a technical error. All of her hard-earned orders were inaccessible, and panic gripped her chest. She tried logging in repeatedly, but the website refused to cooperate. Her excitement drained instantly, replaced by fear and frustration. She felt as if all her effort had been for nothing. Emma considered giving up, tears brimming in her eyes. But after a long night of research, she found a solution to appeal the freeze. She spent hours contacting support, writing emails, and troubleshooting. By the third day, her account was restored, and she breathed a sigh of relief. The ordeal taught her resilience and patience in the face of unexpected setbacks. She realized that building a business meant overcoming not just creative challenges, but also technical ones. And when she reopened her shop, she knew she was stronger than ever. With her account restored, Emma was determined to grow faster. She experimented with different designs, introducing necklaces and keychains alongside bracelets. Her sales doubled within weeks, surprising even her parents. Emma started sharing her story online, quietly inspiring other teens. She learned basic marketing, making short videos showing her crafting process. Orders came from new cities, then states, expanding her reach beyond imagination. Each night she reviewed customer feedback, learning how to improve quality and service. Her confidence soared as her bank account grew steadily. Emma began dreaming bigger, maybe even a brand of her own. Her bullies still whispered in the hallway, but she no longer cared. She realized that success was her best revenge, though she sought none. And yet, a sudden, unexpected opportunity loomed just around the corner. A short video of Emma making bracelets went viral on social media. Within hours, she received hundreds of messages asking where to buy her products. Her humble shop became inundated with orders from across the country. Emma couldn't believe the sudden attention. It felt like a dream. She stayed up all night packaging hundreds of items, her hands raw but her spirit soaring. Her parents helped tirelessly, turning the kitchen into a mini assembly line. Each package she shipped felt like a small victory against the years of bullying. She realized her story itself was inspiring people, not just her products. Emma began receiving media requests. Teen blogs wanted to interview her. Her confidence transformed completely. She now walked the halls with her head high. The same students who mocked her before were now curious, some even complimenting her. But Emma knew that fame and orders could be fleeting, and bigger challenges awaited. Emma realized she could do more than jewelry. She wanted a full brand. She brainstormed new product lines, keychains, custom charms, and even DIY kits. Her parents and brother helped her prototype ideas, turning the kitchen into a creative lab. Each new product took hours of testing, but Emma felt exhilarated by the possibilities. She launched a small social media campaign, targeting teen audiences who love crafts. Orders started coming in faster than she could pack them, and her shop revenue tripled. Emma began keeping detailed notes of what worked and what didn't for future growth. She created a schedule to manage school, crafting, and social media posts efficiently. Her confidence grew alongside her growing bank balance, fueling bigger dreams. But as her success expanded, so did the pressure. Could she maintain quality at this pace? Emma knew one wrong step could damage her reputation and undo everything. And just when she thought she had it under control, an unexpected challenge arrived. A rival teen entrepreneur started copying Emma's designs and undercutting her prices. At first, she panicked, wondering if all her hard work would be wasted. She considered quitting, but then remembered why she started: her passion, not the approval of others. Emma studied the competitor's strategy, learning from what they did well and what they lacked. She brainstormed ways to differentiate her brand and offer unique value. Late nights were spent designing a signature collection with exclusive customization options. She created tutorials and behind-the-scenes videos to engage her audience further. Her followers loved the personal touch, sharing her story and products widely. Sales bounced back even stronger than before, proving that authenticity always wins. Emma learned that competition could be a teacher rather than a threat. Her confidence soared, knowing she could overcome obstacles with creativity. And as she looked at her packed orders, she realized the next stage of growth was waiting. Emma started reaching out to local teen entrepreneurs to exchange ideas. She found a mentor who had built a small online business from scratch. The mentor taught her advanced marketing techniques, pricing strategies, and customer retention tips. Emma implemented these lessons immediately, creating an email list and loyalty program. Orders doubled again as she refined her products and personalized her branding. She began documenting her journey, inspiring other teens to take action. Her social media following grew steadily, bringing in collaborations and opportunities. School became easier to handle as she balanced her responsibilities with focus and time management. Emma finally felt a sense of control over her life and her future. She realized her dream wasn't just about money, it was about independence. And just as she felt she had mastered the business, an unexpected obstacle tested her resolve. The next chapter would push her further than she had ever imagined. Emma got featured in a popular teen magazine for young entrepreneurs. Orders surged overnight, overwhelming her small workspace. Her parents helped package shipments, turning the living room into a mini warehouse. She realized she needed systems, so she started using simple software to manage inventory and shipping. Her creativity became more strategic, focusing on designs that resonated with her audience. Emma hired a few freelance helpers to handle social media posts and product photography. She balanced school, crafting, and managing helpers with meticulous planning. Every morning she checked reviews, customer photos, and messages for feedback. Her brand was thriving, and the shy, bullied girl was now a respected young entrepreneur. But Emma knew she couldn't stop here. Scaling meant risking bigger mistakes. One wrong decision could set her back months of progress, and yet she was ready to face it head-on. Emma began mentoring other teens in her community. She held small workshops teaching crafting, online selling, and social media marketing. Her story inspired students who had been bullied, showing them possibilities beyond their school walls. Parents thanked her for giving their children hope and practical skills. Emma realized her journey was bigger than herself. It could impact countless lives. She shared tips online, creating free content for teens who wanted to start small businesses. Her confidence was no longer just personal, it was now contagious. She understood that real success meant lifting others while growing herself. Emma balanced giving back with scaling her brand, creating a sustainable system. Her audience became a supportive community, not just customers. Every workshop and post reinforced her purpose and her growth. And yet a final challenge loomed that would test her vision even further. From a bullied, shy teen, Emma had grown into a confident young woman. She no longer avoided hallways. She walked with her head high. Her peers looked at her differently, some with admiration, others with envy. She realized her success wasn't about revenge. It was about proving to herself what she could do. Her brand had grown to hundreds of loyal customers and thousands of followers online. She reflected on all the nights she cried, doubted, and almost quit. Every struggle had become a stepping stone for growth. Emma understood the power of perseverance, creativity, and self-belief. She knew that her journey could inspire millions of others. Her life had changed completely, yet she remained humble and grounded. The bullied girl had become a beacon of possibility for anyone willing to try. But her story was not over. The next chapter awaited with new opportunities. Emma looked directly at the camera, her story clear and powerful. She spoke to every teen feeling invisible, bullied, or trapped. "Your circumstances don't define your future," she said firmly. "The skills, the tools, and the opportunities are waiting for you to take action." She reminded viewers that even small steps, like starting one bracelet, could change everything. She encouraged them to find their spark and invest in it every day. Emma's message was simple. Persistence beats fear. Creativity beats doubt. If she could turn pain into power, anyone could do the same. She invited viewers to start today, to take one small action toward their dream. "Your story could be the next one I share," she added with a smile. She waved goodbye, leaving viewers inspired and motivated. And just like that, a bullied teen had become a business queen, and anyone could follow in her footsteps.